Right now, though, in celebration of Veterans Day is coming up tomorrow as well, Jason Jones is joining us. He's the author of Dispatches from the Great Campaign, Defending Life on the Front Lines. And he's the founder of the Vulnerable People Project. And we are so happy that you are here with us, Jason. Thank you so much for being with us.
Your Excellency, Kevin, what a privilege. I'm coming to you from the great Catholic village of New Braunfels, Texas, to the great Catholic city of Boston. It's a real honor.
Excellent.
And aren't you somewhere near like the first saloon ever in Texas?
Our office, our apostolate operates directly above the oldest Catholic, the oldest, it was Catholic, the oldest saloon in Texas, yes.
Wow. It sounds like you've been there before, Bishop. I don't know.
No,
he has his own booth with his name on it. I don't understand
that. Well, Jason, let's start off. Tell us a little bit about the life-changing event that happened while you were serving in the military that made you passionate about pro-life.
Yeah, when I was 16 years old, my high school girlfriend, on 2 days before my 17th birthday, rode her bicycle to my house several miles. Strange world we live in. A young child is riding her bike to another child's house. And she woke me up that morning with the words, "I'm pregnant." So we were both young. I was 2 days before my 17th birthday, but I knew of a program at the time, this was in 1988, where you could go into basic training as a senior in high school. So on my birthday, to be a father, I joined the Army on my 17th birthday, and a couple weeks later, I was off to Fort Benning, Georgia. And while I was in basic training, I was in the infantry, so advanced training and basic training are really it's just infantry basic and advanced. It's just an extended basic training, basically. And so I was getting ready to graduate AIT and come home, and I couldn't believe my 5', 103-pound girlfriend, 5'2", could hide this pregnancy so long. And in fact, 2 Sundays before I was to come home from basic training, she called me crying, and her father grabbed the phone and said, "We know your secret, and your secret's gone." And he took my high school girlfriend to get a forced early 3rd trimester abortion. Wow. I was raised with no religion. My mother had me at 16. To me, high school was something you had to do so you could play sports. And wasn't a great student, knew nothing about religion, didn't know you could destroy a child in the womb until I found out my child was destroyed. And that was really, for me, the inciting incident. Didn't know about the pro-life movement, but I wanted to end abortion. I thought, how could this even be legal? And because I was a young infantryman, and not long after, within weeks of my first days at my duty station, I was on my first overseas deployment. So abortion, genocide, and war, for me, were kind of a single issue. Direct, intentional killing of vulnerable life. So as a young 17-year-old boy, I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to spend the rest of my life getting between vulnerable children and violence. And that's where the idea for my organization birthed, although I wouldn't become a Catholic for another 13 years.
Well, and speaking of that, Jason, so you were obviously passionately pro-life before you even converted to Catholicism. So how old were you when you converted, and what really led to that?
Well, my high school girlfriend's father was a very prominent Catholic in Chicago. And so I came from a broken, working class, would be generous family. Her father was very prominent, and I admired him greatly, and he was Catholic. And so my anti-Catholicism and my pro-life conviction were birthed at the same moment, as strange as that might sound. So I came up, though, in Hawaii at the time. I went to the University of Hawaii after the Army, and then was involved in the pro-life movement in Hawaii with the Knights of Columbus and all these great Catholics, yet I still had this prejudice. But after graduate school, I moved to Virginia, and I worked for Human Life International, if you know the Father Great Paul Marx. And it was there that my prejudice began to dissipate, but it was also studying the lives of specifically St. Maximilian Kolbe. I became a Christian around 2000, but still working for a Catholic apostolate with a strong anti-Catholic prejudice, believe it or not. But then I was reading the writings of Belloc and Chesterton, and just the overwhelming example of the people around me. It took a lot for my prejudice to dissipate, and I was baptized and confirmed on August 6, 2003, by God's grace.
Nice.
Let's talk a little bit about the book, Jason, Dispatches from the Great Campaign, Defending Life on the Front Line. You talk about the real strength of the pro-life argument, and could you talk about that?
Yeah, well, I can even go back a little bit, because what this book is it's My last book, The Great Campaign Against the Great Reset, was birthed when I was on the front lines of the war in Ukraine in the early days of the war, just seeing the brutality and the mass casualties. It just made me very angry that in today's day and age, there could be such massive casualties and such little coverage of the carnage of this war. And that birthed the first book. And after the first book, there was people wanted more, and we were getting a lot of requests. And this is just a collection of my essays from the front lines of the pro-life movement, where our strength is our diversity and our disunity. And I'll talk about that, but also, you know, I'm on Hollywood movie sets. I make movies. I was a producer of the movie Bella and many, many, many other movies, but I think Bella's the one so many people love. So you get to meet Steve Bannon before he was Steve Bannon. You know, I talk about our friendship. You get to be with me on Hollywood movie sets in Sudan during the genocide. I was in Iraq during the fall of ISIS with the Peshmerga. And so this is what the book is. It's a collection of my essays on everything from migration to war to genocide to abortion. And I wrote the section, the strength of the pro-life movement is really our disunity. We always hear this call to unity, but when you look at the greatest successes in the pro-life movement, they come from people who have shared values, shared convictions. That you think of 40 Days for Life, started with David B. Wright in College Station, Texas. Live Action, Lila Rose, this young girl, UCLA student, David Daleiden, and so just 40 Days, Runners for Life. You know, it's just an Air Force officer starts this apostolate that now you can't be a race or a marathon anywhere in the world without seeing the pro-life message. So I think really our strength is our disunity, and we should not really look for large, centralized organizations with big bureaucracies and budgets, but the flourishing of these beautiful initiatives all over the world. Look at our crisis pregnancy center movement. These are local, spontaneous coming together of Christians, usually Catholics. And there's not too many places in this country where a young woman facing a crisis pregnancy can't find a pregnancy center to give her help.
Well, this is a really amazing story, how God has worked in your life of so much good. But can you also tell us about an organization you founded, the Vulnerable People Project, and how that kind of grew out of your own pro-life work and pro-life sentiment?
Yeah, David Mamet, the great Chicago playwright, says that writers write for the same reason beavers chew wood. It's because their teeth itch. And I do my apostolate just to stop my teeth from itching. And the idea of children suffering really makes my teeth itch. You'll love this, Bishop and Kevin. Just this week, we provided 70 pop-up homes for the Catholic community of Gaza.
Wow.
But by probably the first day of the liturgical year, every Christian in Gaza will have a pop-up home. We're also delivering body armor. We provide security guards to Catholic communities across Nigeria, hospitals, schools, parishes, and we'll be giving them body armor this week. And so, yeah, it's just this idea to me that there's a lot of folks rightfully criticize what has been called the seamless garment or consistent ethic because it waters down our prophetic witness for the child in the womb. But there are like incommensurate issues to abortion, like genocide, democide, unjust acts in total war. And so if you look at all of our work, it's really the same thing. And I look at my apostolate through the eyes of a father. During the war in Gaza, we've been throwing Child Day events around Gaza where we have a traveling carnival and we give shave ice and hot meals to there are over 18,000 children in Gaza without one living relative. So we bring them icy treats like slushies. We bring them clowns and singing and dancing and hot meals. And it's the same, you know. I don't know if this is appropriate for TV, but I say that Satan took my child, so I'm going to save as many children I can as vengeance.
What do you do in your spare time, for heaven's sake?
I like Muay Thai kickboxing, Pinot Noir, and reading.
He was ready for that.
Yes.
They're my obsessions. Yeah.
That's great. Some great work, Jason. Thank you so much for being with us. We want to let people know how they can get a copy of the book. Can you tell us?
You can go to Sophia Press, of course, Amazon.com. Always walk into your local Catholic bookstore, pick up your Magnificat, A Gift for Your Godchild, and my book. And a friend of mine was just at the Vatican bookstore, and he was so excited to see my book on a display at the Vatican bookstore. And I never thought that day would
Maybe
come.
the Pope will read it.
Well, we're from the same neighborhood in Chicago, and his favorite pizza place, Aurelio's, was my first job. So I hope.
Wow, that's great. It's been great having you, Jason. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your apostle and your vocation. God bless you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
God bless you
Take-
too.